Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Icarus, and it's a bit late, and I'm hoping that you can't hear the music from my neighbors because they're starting early today. But I said I was going to do an extra video this weekend covering a couple of books that I read that are actually good, and here we are. So I'm going to keep this quick because I don't want to include any spoilers, but these are my honest feelings about the books, and I want to applaud both of the writers because after reading so much shit, this stuff is like ambrosia. And I know this isn't just me going from Manhunt and Whipping Girl to semi-decent, okay plots. These are actually really good books, and I would recommend them. I'm looking forward to the day that I have physical copies and bookshelves that I can display them on. Until then, I'm going to post the covers on the screen. The first one is going to be Hunger Pangs by Joy DiMera. And there are two versions. There's Flirting with Fangs and Fluff with Fangs, I believe. I don't know what the other one is. One is more explicit, has more sex scenes. And one is supposed to be more fade to black. I will say that I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars solely because I have followed Joy DiMera and I have been watching her work on this series since 2016, and I think that hyped it up so much in my head that when I actually read it, I was a little disappointed. The basic premise is there are 3 characters that we mainly follow, and they live in a sort of alternate reality, a fantasy world that has very strong parallels to our own. I would say that the majority of the book takes place in a sort of fantasy Great Britain. And we have a werewolf, a vampire, and a witch. And so one of the big things is there is a polyamorous angle to all of this, a triad between the witch, the vampire, and the werewolf. And I think that's one of the things I was most disappointed by is the witch comes into and has her meet cute with the 2 men very late into the book, and I had been looking forward to it the entire time. She's the one that had the main plot that was not tied to just kind of romance or healing each other of their wounds sort of deal, and she came in at the very end. Now, I have heard from Joy on her Tumblr that she is releasing a second one or considering releasing a second, and I'm not too much of a series reader anymore. I'm very reluctant to get into series. I think Harry Potter has jaded me simply because of the author, and Game of Thrones because George R.R. Martin is a very slow writer. And the last season of Game of Thrones, oof. But no, overall, I did like the plot. There is a lot of really cool things, and Joy DiMera's writing style is more descriptive, more flowery than the second book I'm going to be talking about, but it's also got a lot of very tip of the tongue, arched eyebrow sort of humor, which I also liked. The sex scene, because there was really only one sex scene, so I was a little bit at a loss about that. But the sex scene itself set up really good, strong BDSM terminology, really went into depth. Honestly, that kind of pulled me out of it a little bit. I do get the wanting to show safe, sane, consensual BDSM, especially after 50 Shades of Grey. It just felt like it went a little too long. But if my complaints are this small overall, then it's still a good book. And if you don't go into the series expecting the triad the entire time or expecting a whole lot out of the plot that's set up in the prologue, then you're going to be fine. There's no disappointment. Now, the second book I'm going to talk about is also a queer book. It's very suitable for the whole Pride Month thing, and I was not expecting that because I was recommended this book as a new age fantasy slice of life sort of deal. I was recommended on a potential comparison to my own project right now, and it's called Legends in the Latte by Travis Baldry. Essentially, a half orc decides that she's done adventuring and she wants to open up a coffee shop, and all of the fun stuff from there. It is very slice of life. The writer, Baldry, is much less sort of flowery language descriptive, very more to the point in his writing style, which I enjoy as well. I vacillate between the two writing styles, honestly. And the half orc ends up befriending and hiring a succubus who does not really use her powers at all, and the half orc has to deal with this prophecy that she had uncovered about a certain stone, and then people getting jealous of that and having to deal with people who want to threaten her, like the whole mobster pay for your security sort of deal, but you're really only paying for security from them. And it has a really good message at the end of it. Plus, she and the succubus get together, and it's cute, it's sapphic, and I have no complaints about it whatsoever because I literally read the entire book in like 2 hours. I tried to take notes because I thought I was going to do these two books in different videos and go more in depth, but then I was like, no, don't. I'm already pushing my luck with how many videos I'm wanting to post this month, so. But, no, I think partially because I didn't go into it with any expectations. I was recommended it, I saw the cover, I knew it was going to be sapphic. It's not exactly, it's not even a prevalent thing. It's not a romance book at all. It's just by the way, these two are clearly getting close, that sort of deal. But no, it's a very cute book, and if you like D&D and you want to like imagine what your characters might do when they are old enough that they want to retire and maybe make a new life for themselves, this would be the book for you. It is so much fun. Reading her, making her new family of friends, still staying in touch with her old friends, a betrayal, and an entire city coming around to the idea of coffee. And I don't even like coffee, but I'm going to be letting my spouse borrow the book because they adore coffee and D&D and big buff ladies, so it's perfect for them. Like I said, it was just going to be a short video today. I am posting it a bit late, I apologize, but I did just want to let you guys know that I don't just read shitty books, even though I now have a shitty book that I'm reading called The Men. That will be later. I've been reading a lot of gender side lately as research, but you know how it goes. Anyway, that's going to be it from me today. Later on this week, I will be posting my Sex Ed Friday video that we haven't done in a while, and it's going to cover kink at Pride, why it's so important, and why it is not the danger to children that people seem to think it is. Anyway, have a continued happy Pride Month. I will talk to you all Friday, and gotta give Nettle her unicorn back because she's very upset with me for stealing it. Bye.